What is up, everyone, and happy March Madness Eve. It is Wednesday, March 18th, and we have March Madness officially underway tomorrow. I know we're in the first four games. Those are great, but it doesn't really kick off officially until Thursday morning when you wake up and you just know there will be games all throughout the day, and all you can do is watch college basketball. It's the greatest thing. It's one of the best events in sports. And I just saw Miami, Ohio hit another three-pointer here as I watch live. You're probably going to see me go like this a lot because I'm going to have my TV to my left. But, Kenny, March Madness Eve, I know it's the first four, but, man, how are you feeling going into tomorrow with all college basketball games? I know you got your popcorn. How are you really feeling?
It's Christmas Eve if you're a sports bettor. It's Christmas Eve if you love college basketball. Make sure you have those doctor's notes ready so you can call out tomorrow, because all we're going to be doing is watching games and making picks. So let's get into it. No fluff, no sugarcoating, no introductions. Everyone knows who we are at this point. Let's go.
I'm ready. If you have any live comments throughout the show, we'll do live interaction. So we're very easygoing. We don't sit here trying to act like we're ESPN. So any questions that come out throughout the show, if it's like a game, a total, whatever it is, pop it in the comments and we will read them off and go over whatever we have. We had a really strong college basketball season, especially Big 12. That's why we call ourselves the Big 12 brothers. What's your hand up for? What is it?
I'm telling them, be patient, though, because we are going through the games by the time slot. So if you're trying to wonder about if your game is going to be talked about, we are talking about only the Thursday, March 19th games today. Tomorrow, we will discuss the Friday, March 20th game. So we're talking about the Thursday, March 19th games in the order of time from when they first start.
Yeah, we'll start with Thursday. We're not going to do Friday yet. We'll do Thursday games tonight. That way it can all be fresh for us. And then Friday, we'll get to Friday at some point. The Lions, if you didn't get your Lions early, it is what it is. So
because I don't want Turner or other people that are listening here copying any of my picks, especially you, my brother too. Lexi will copy picks. Turner sitting here sniping.
Watch yourself.
So I don't want to give any of my Friday picks away.
Let's get to it. It is the first game of the day. It's on CBS, and that is, of course, a Big 12 team, TCU, who we are very familiar with, going up against Ohio State out of the Big 10. Kenny, we talked about this one on our last episode. I strongly lean to TCU. I know you also were liking the way TCU's been playing lately. They won 9 of their last 10 games in the Big 12. Ohio State's coming in pretty hot too. It's not like they're going to be some pushover type team, but how do you feel first game of the day? TCU 2.5-point dog at the moment. We'll see if this line moves all, but 2.5 points against Ohio State. What are you feeling on this game? Are you playing the game as an official pick at all?
Yeah, I'm playing the game as an official pick, but I just want to throw this out there. The Big 12 looked great all year, and so did the Big 10. I'm not really a Big 10 guy, but the Big 10, top to bottom, looked a lot better than other years past, and I think that had a lot to do with the weak Big East, had a lot to do with the weak ACC conference. So don't sleep on Ohio State as well. I like them to possibly win this game, but TCU to cover. So if I'm going up to the book, number 719 spread, TCU 2.5. And all you bettors out there, that's 719, the game number. Make sure you know it, because old Randy at the sports book at Westbook is not going to give you a drink ticket unless you know that number.
Westgate. Yeah, Westgate, they want you to know your number. If you go up to a sports book in Vegas, make sure you have the number ready to go, because if they don't, they're going to say, hurry up, you better hurry up. They're going to be rushing you. So make sure you know the number when you go up to a sports book window always. But I like TCU here. I locked it in. So if it will be an official pick, I'll post it on my page. It's going to go on the Big 12 Brothers page. It'll be the first official pick of the tournament, and that'll be TCU plus 2.5. I really love the way this team ended the season. Love Jamie Dixon. I think head-to-head, coaching-wise, I think he has the edge in this one. And I think TCU has the better defense overall, where I think it comes down to who's going to get a stop at a crucial time. I will say Ohio State has the better playmakers in terms of who can probably get a shot when it comes down to it. But I just like what TCU did all year. I think their style on defense can be pretty tricky for Bruce Thornton out of Ohio State. If they can contain him, not give him too much easy looks, then I like TCU here in a close one. I think it's going to be about a 2 to 3 possession game. In that case, I want the underdog. So give me TCU plus 2.5. That will be an official pick on my side, and I'll post it on my Big 12 Brothers page either later tonight or early tomorrow morning. Tickets already locked in, though. I locked it in last night officially. And I'll be on TCU. I think they advanced and played Duke in the second round.
Yeah, and this is an interesting spot right here. TCU has quad one wins against Florida and Wisconsin, and they're 11-7 in the Big 12. So if any of that stuff matters to you, David Punch is a guy you got to watch out for TCU. He's versatile on both sides of the floor, both offense and defense. Averages 14.3 points per game. And it's crazy because TCU lost on opening night. Do you know who they lost to, Alexi?
Yeah, New Orleans. I remember this.
Yeah, TCU lost to a quad four team, or quad four loss against New Orleans on opening night. So what a change of events this TCU team has, and now they're in the March Madness playing the opening round against a Big Ten Ohio State team. So good luck.
Yeah, I mean, early season stuff kind of sometimes you have to throw it out the window. But I will say for positives in the non-conference, they lost to Michigan by 4. Looking back at it, that's pretty good. I know no loss is ever good, but it's still they were very competitive in that game. Florida, they won by 4, as you said. They beat Wisconsin by 11. And then in Big 12 play, they knocked off some nice teams too. Played Kansas really well to end the season in the Big 12 tournament. But yeah, knocked off Texas Tech, Cincinnati, naming a few teams here. West Virginia, they're okay. But Iowa State was their biggest win in conference play. I like their defense. I think they get the job done.
I'm curious to see what other people think out there about Ohio State because this is a nice first-round matchup. But everyone's talking about Bruce Thornton, who averages 20.3 points per game. He's the all-time leading scorer. That's all you've been hearing about Ohio State. Do they have more than just Bruce Thornton? And like I said the other night, TCU plays guys like this every night in the Big 12. So I'm curious to see what some of you Big 10 experts think out there. We're Big 12 experts where we know a lot of the Big 12, but Big 10 isn't our strength, but we still follow them very closely. And we're looking forward to see how this game looks.
Yeah. I mean, from what I'm looking at here, I like to pull up like the ATSs. I know that doesn't mean everything either, but from like a spread standpoint, from what I was looking at, oh wow,
3 Miami, Ohio's got an 8-point lead.
Look, really quick, I'm not going to get too far off track here, but Miami, Ohio, people were saying they didn't deserve to be in this tournament. Give me a break, guys. I mean, Miami, Ohio is a good team. If there's anybody who didn't deserve to be in this tournament, it's SMU, the team they're playing right now. So incredible. I know this game's far from over, but Miami, Ohio is absolutely showing up in this game, and they did deserve to be in the tournament. So just tired of that crap. I've already heard enough of that. But yeah,
keep moving here.
Against the spread, we saw TCU actually play really well. I loved them this year as a dog. Anytime they were a dog, I loved them. And away from home, that's something you always want to look at too, how teams performed away from their home gym. Because in college basketball, it's such an advantage to be home. But TCU away from home against the spread was 7-3, which I love. And as a dog, straight up, they were 5-6. So they were really competitive in those games. One, away from home, but also as an underdog. So you got to love that about them. As a dog, and away from the home, those are just so many things. Neutral site, they were 3-1. Kenny, I don't know if you pointed that out, but 3-1 on a neutral this year too.
I did. Yep, I talked about that the other night.
A lot of little things that you want to look at when you evaluate these teams. Like I said, this does feel like a coin flippy kind of game. What team shows up, who doesn't? But in this case, I like TCU defense. I think that one is what prevails tomorrow. Just stop the shot makers on Ohio State, and I think this should be a close down to the wire kind of game. But should be fun. I'm excited. It's a great game to start off March Madness with. Should be awesome. All right, let's move on to the next one. We're just going to give a breakdown for each game. Now, this does not mean we have a pick in every single game, but it does mean that we're going to at least talk about it. So let's move on to our next game, Kenny. I believe that is Troy, right? We have Troy against Nebraska. We're here in Oklahoma City. Looks like Troy's about a 13-point dog. Kenny, Nebraska kind of fell apart toward the end of the season. When I say fall apart, I mean they just weren't as dominant as they were at the beginning, where then they started like 18-0. And I watched a lot of Nebraska. I wasn't super impressed with them. They're very jump shot heavy, and that worries me. That really does. I mean, any team like that who relies on the three-pointer by such a wide margin, it does worry me, especially in a tournament game when if you're not hitting, it could be a long day. So Kenny, is 13 too much here, or do you think it's about right? Nebraska lays it and wins and covers.
No, I think this is spot on right here for Nebraska. Again, another team that started off the year hot, then kind of fizzled off a little bit during conference play. But that's all about scouting when you're in the Big Ten and learning how that team is playing. But this Fred Hoiberg team is the real deal. They're going to get their first win ever in March Madness. So I'm excited to see how they look, and hopefully they look good and not rusty in that first game, because they look rusty, then it's going to tear my bracket apart that first week. So I'm hoping that Nebraska turns out and shows up. They're minus 800 on the money line, spreads 13. So if you're looking to get some points for a first half start, that's something I would look into and explore. But I don't think they're going to have any trouble here. Oklahoma City is not too far for Nebraska fans to travel, so they'll have a big contingency there in Oklahoma City. And this game is on at 12:40 Eastern time on True TV.
Yeah, like I said, I do think Nebraska probably covers here. It seems like they've been a popular upset pick for some people. A lot of the people who are saying, yeah, Nebraska has never won a tournament game in the history of their program. So there'll be people kind of fading that. But yeah, I think Nebraska might be too much here. I will say, like I said, they're very 3-point reliant. And Kenny, we watched a couple games this year when I think we took Illinois against Nebraska that one game, and just their style of play just really worried me. And I think that's what just kind of holds me back from wanting to bet this game. I probably would lean Nebraska as well. They create turnovers. They keep pretty good care of the ball, but they don't get a lot of second chance points. They don't get to the free throw line. Like I said, they don't drive to the hoop. They just take so many jump shots. So we'll see. I think they can be pretty disciplined on defense, which might help them here. But yeah, I think Hoiberg probably has the guys ready. This could come down to like a last second kind of cover. I think we see maybe it could be anywhere from like a 13 to 18 point game. Like I don't think Nebraska wins this game by like 30, but I could see it being close to the spread. So slight edge to Nebraska, but nothing super strong here for me. I think.
And shout out to Troy. This is their fifth consecutive 21 season and fourth NCAA tournament bid in program history. So they're doing a lot better things than some of these big conferences are, with especially a team like Oklahoma State. So they won the Sun Belt tournament as a top seed, and they didn't let anybody else take that from them. So they're tough on the perimeter, ranking top 50 nationally in opponent 3-point percentage. So like you just mentioned, Alexi, they like to shoot the rock over there at Nebraska. So this team can guard the 3-point line. The biggest concern, though, is this might be the rebounding. So they rank 233rd in defensive rebounding, with no player taller than 6'9". So that's a tough one right there. And they have an impressive quad 1 win against San Diego State, in addition to 2 quad 2 wins, UAB and Akron. So don't sleep on Troy, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to be able to move too far without the lack of height and a dominant big man protecting the rim in March.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at their conference schedule, it looks like they were kind of up and down. They had some nice wins. Look at Miami, Ohio. We're doing this live. I'm going to talk about it live. Up by 13 right now.
Wow.
This is awesome. Awesome for Miami, Ohio. Just absolutely blitzing this SMU team. Like I said, SMU should not have been in this tournament. This is the
7.5. That was the opening spread, 7.5 to take SMU.
What a disrespectful line that the books offered to fade Miami, Ohio. And look what's happening right now. SMU's down by 13.
They're giving free money out the night before, so I love to see it.
I took it. You know what? I did not take it pregame. I was playing a slow pitch softball game tonight. I'll give a quick little story to this. Played a slow pitch softball game, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to touch this game. I'm saving my money for tomorrow. And I came home, turned the TV on, and I heard how electric that stadium sounded. I said, screw it. I'm going to take it live. So I got a worse number. I got
3.5
plus 3.5. It looks okay right now, but yeah, Miami, Ohio. I don't understand why they were getting that many points in what is essentially a home game. All right, good stuff on Nebraska, Troy. So, Kenny, I think we both are in agreement. We probably would lean to Nebraska covering the number here.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's move to the next game. This is also an official pick for me. I know we are the Big 12 brothers, but thanks for coming on. We're going to give a little special episode here, just break down every Thursday night game because we want to. We like college basketball, and why not? Because it's the night before March Madness actually starts. So, South Florida, Louisville. Kenny, I locked this one in. This is one of my favorite bets of the first day. I liked it when the line initially came out, and I'm back on it. I like South Florida, and I just really love the way this team has been playing. Louisville has been kind of inconsistent all year. I know when you look at these two teams from a matchup standpoint, especially in the last month, South Florida's probably been the better team overall. And I just think they potentially win this game outright. I did grab the 5. It was at 5 last night, so I jumped on that. I think it's down to 4.5. I would still play 4.5. This team's just been trending in the right direction. They have a very impressive conference record. They also limited teams to scoring multiple times under 70 points. And I think this is just a good motivation type game for them that they continue rolling. And Louisville, of course, Brown, he's out for tomorrow too. So with or without him, I liked South Florida, but I like him even more now that Brown's out. So give me South Florida. I grabbed it at +5. I would even sprinkle in the money line here.
Yeah, and South Florida has a guy by the name of Isaiah Nelson, 15.7 points per game and 9.6 rebounds per game. So he's averaging close to a double-double. He's 6'10". He's a rim protector. So he's going to keep them in the game if he can stay out of foul trouble. So South Florida, 24-8 on the year. And this is just a team that we liked before. Louisville really reminds me of SMU. Same kind of style of play where, some nights they're chucking up threes, they're going in, they're going to win the game. But they just don't have any consistency. And when it comes to March, you got to take the teams that are consistent, the teams that know how to win. And South Florida has proven it all year. It's just not a blue blood or a sexy name that's out there, but I really like them to advance out of that first round. So let's see what we're looking at right here for the spread. We didn't even talk about the spread.
5, and it was 5. Well, actually, it opened at like 7.
Yeah, it's down to 5 right now. Over-under is 163.5.
Then it went down to 4.5.
That total is really high. 163.5, which is kind of shocking.
Both teams played a pretty nice tempo. I mean, South Florida over the last month, I like to look at games and teams who have been playing over the last month and how their style's been. South Florida actually has been a higher ranked team according to the metrics over Louisville. They ranked 24th. Louisville ranks 31st, excuse me. This is dating back to February 16th, so just about a month ago. South Florida, top 8 defense in that span. 7th best offensive rebounding team, really good 2-point defense, and really good at creating turnovers. So I think the way South Florida's been playing, as long as they can avoid Louisville from just hitting every three, I mean, you can't stop them if you're letting them take that many 3-point attempts. But I think South Florida's going to have a good game plan here, and I think this also comes down to a 1 or 2 possession game. In that case, give me the points all day. So South Florida, I liked it when it came out. As soon as that bracket name was released, I loved South Florida. So I know it's pretty public. I think I see a lot of public people on South Florida. I don't care. You're going to get a lot of public stuff on these games anyway. Like, it's March Madness. Everybody's betting on it. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. I try to just pick my spots where I like them. And so South Florida will be one of my other official bets for tomorrow. It'll be posted on Deep Pockets. So if you like college basketball, if you follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow Big 12 Brothers and Deep_Pockets, as you see right there.
Yeah, this next game we're going to be talking about is Wisconsin versus High Point. And we got a lot of Wisconsin fans there in the chat. And I wanted to talk about how Wisconsin has been so hot. They've beaten some big teams in the Big Ten on the road, such as Michigan, Illinois, and Purdue, but also has some tough losses against Ohio State and Oregon. Their best player has been Nick Boyd, 20.6 points per game.
He's been awesome.
He went to the Final Four with FAU. If that name sounds familiar, it sounded familiar to me. I'm like, where did that guy play last year?
I think he played at San Diego State too. Wasn't he at San Diego State?
I don't remember, but I'm sure he did.
Keep going.
But the Badgers, they're a great shooting team. Even their big guys, you got to be careful for because they will step behind that line and shoot some threes. And the only thing I'm worried about is their big guy, the 7-foot junior, Nolan Winter, 13.3 points per game. He has a little bit of an ankle injury right now. So is that going to be a deciding factor in this game as they play High Point? Because High Point isn't a team to sniff about.
I mean, I like Wisconsin here. I think the matchup is tough. I think High Point, here's the thing. Like, I was looking at, and I know, again, it doesn't mean everything. We've seen crazy upsets happen over the years, but High Point really didn't play like anybody. And this will be like one of their toughest teams that they've battled all season. Like, I'm looking at their non-conference, UAB, Appalachian State. I mean, there's really no like top 100 matchups here that I'm seeing. So this will definitely be a step up in competition with Wisconsin. And I feel like Wisconsin's usually really prepared for these kind of games for the most part. And I think they'll be ready for this one too. I mean, Nick Boyd, talk about Nick Boyd. You brought him up. My gosh, that guy's been on one over the last like month. He's averaging 20, like you said. He put up 38 against Illinois in overtime back in the Big Ten tournament. I really love the way this Wisconsin team plays, or a good 3-point shooting team. I think Noah Winter should be back too for Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't really agree with people saying this is an underdog pick. I think Wisconsin rolls here. I think this is just a bad matchup for High Point. And if Wisconsin plays the way that we all know they should, then I think Wisconsin wins this game by 15+ points. So I like Wisconsin. This would be a pick for me. I don't know if I'm going to make it official on it yet, but yeah, I just think Wisconsin's too much. Maybe it's close for like the first, 20, 25 minutes, but I think Wisconsin eventually just pulls away.
I like High Point here to cover and be around this game longer than people think. a lot of love is not going to the mid majors this year. Look at Miami right now; they're up 71-57. No love was given to them because of the data from Ken Pom. Yes, Ken Pom does tell a story, but you can't measure the heart. You can't measure the heart of a team when they're in this tournament and they're playing life or death, single elimination. This is why this is one of the best sporting events, best tournaments in all of sports because of the heart. You can't measure that. You can't have any data on that. So I like this team to hang around a little bit longer. Last year they made it here and they didn't do too well either. So give respect to some of the mid majors this year. I'm not really a big mid major fan, but I think this team can potentially hang around with Wisconsin if they let them hang around. Where's this game being played at real quick? Let's see. It's in Portland, Oregon. Wisconsin's always traveling, so they'll have some fans there. But Portland, Oregon, out on the West Coast, early start for both of these teams. So I like them to start slow, and I like High Point to possibly cover the first half and cover in the game.
Okay, so you're on the High Point bandwagon.
I'm high of High Point.
They played Purdue last year, and I think they were a pretty popular pick. It got down to like 7.5, and I think Purdue won by 10. So just to put it in true perspective, High Point was here last year, played another Big Ten team, did not end up covering, obviously did not win. Now they get Wisconsin here in the second year in a row.
I'm loving how hot Wisconsin has been because the public's gonna be riding that all day, and I always like to kind of fade the public on, some of these popular picks like this. And yeah, this is a popular possible upset pick, but I don't think it's as popular as some of the other upset picks that we're going to talk about later on today.
Okay. High Point it is. So it looks like we differ there. I lean to Wisconsin and you will lean toward High Point. No worries.
Yeah. And we're not trying to go against each other. We're just kind of trying to talk through different picks, and see what other people think. Let us know down in the comments about what your picks are as well.
Howard beating Long Island. Okay. In the finals. Good luck with that one. High Point could do well, but I don't trust them, said Wisco Turner. I think that's the Turner, Wisconsin fan here, right?
That's him.
Okay. You made some brackets. I want to know if I should just give up. I mean, anybody has a chance.
Give up.
Anybody has a chance. It's March.
Yeah. After tomorrow, then come back and say that.
Let's see. Let's move on to the next one. It looks like it's our number 1 seed, our first number 1 seed. Duke. The Duke Blue Devils will be taking on Siena. I have a question. I'm not going to talk about the spread and all that kind of stuff. I'm just concerned. Are you concerned at all with some of the injuries that Duke's reporting right now? Because they have a couple of guys that are kind of banged up. Oh yeah. Anytime you lose your starting point guard, it's definitely a concern. I know it wasn't an issue in the ACC tournament. They ended up winning it, so obviously that wasn't troublesome. But yeah, anytime you lose a big playmaker like that, it definitely.
Do you know their starting center is out too?
Concerns. Yeah, but I don't know how severe that is. I think he might just be missing like this game. And he might be out for like game 2.
Yeah.
He hadn't played since March 2nd. It looks like his last game was against NC State. So I don't know what his status is. I haven't heard too many reports. He might be back in that second round game, but nothing really concrete about it.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there for people that like to crunch numbers and cover spreads. So,
but no, absolutely. Anytime you lose a big time, starting player like Duke did, it's concerning. Caleb Foster, right, the point guard.
Yep.
That's a big time blow for them. That's a guy who just facilitates on the court. Creates a lot of opportunities for guys. I know they still have Cameron Boozer, one of the better players in all of college basketball, but definitely when you go into the tournament, you want your best players out there. So, yeah, I think Duke probably still rules here. If you want to play the spread, go for it. I'm probably not going to touch this game, but team total under for Siena could be a good look too. I think Siena is just going to struggle to score at times. Duke's defense is really good. Duke's defense just showed over the course of the season how good it really was. I don't know if people really believed and knew how good it was until we got toward like the middle to end of the season, especially when they played Michigan. I think that's when it really stood out on how great Duke's defense can be. So I think that's what probably stands out to me the most, and I might look at team total under for Siena. According to Bartorvik, Duke's the number 1 rated defense in all of the country. So they don't foul you, so you're not going to be put on the line, get easy shots. They're going to make you really earn it, and I can imagine Siena is going to really have tons of droughts in this game. Really bad three-point shooting team too. Siena 334th in the country in three-point percentage, and they don't take a lot of threes either. So you're not going to, hopefully if you take that team total under, you're not going to be worried about too many, throwing up shots. Who knows? We'll
It's
see.
136.5 the total, so I might go under that because I really like Siena. They also are a team that does not foul much, and they have some of the best field goal percentage defense-wise inside to protect the rim. And without Duke's big 7-foot guy playing center, I think that's going to cause a little bit of problems for Duke where they're not going to score 100 points. Not problem in the fact that they're not going to score, but they're going to be able to limit them to scoring 100. This is kind of a game. It's a cakewalk game. You just got to show up and make it to the next round and get no injuries. So that's what Duke needs to do. They need to get healthy for that next round matchup and just kind of be in there. But there's also some controversy in this game. The NCAA recently ruled that seventh-year player Antonio Chandler has 7.3 points per game is not eligible to play in this game. So he's not one of the best players on the team, but it's definitely a contributor that comes off the bench. So just that out there, whoever's a Siena Saints fan, I don't know anybody that knows Siena, but
high total.
What's the score even at?
I'm sorry, high total. Low total for a game that is projected to be a blowout. I mean, 27.5 points is the favorite for Duke. 135.5. Yeah, you just have to hope Duke isn't getting every single time, is not scoring every single time down. Like you have to hope they at least miss a few shots because they could put up as many as they really want to. And as long as Siena is not putting up, enough, I think this probably goes under too. I'd lean toward the under. It looks like a lot of the money is coming in on the over at this time. At least according to this, 77% of the bets are on the over 135.5. To the under, we have 23%. So I'd lean under.
Siena is in New York, another New York team. I didn't even realize they're here. I can't bet on it anyway.
There you go. Can't bet on the New York team. You live in New York, can't bet there. All right, let's move on. Let's move to another game. Let's discuss Vandy and McNeese. Another one. We get Vanderbilt, who is coming off the nice SEC tournament. They blew out Florida, lost to Arkansas in a close one in the SEC tourney final. They get McNeese, who last year was a favorite. They went on and beat Clemson in the first round of the tournament as a 12 seed. Now they're back to the 12 seed, minus Will Wade, of course. Kenny, how do you feel about this one? Vanderbilt, are you feeling like this team continues to roll? They seem to be playing really good basketball down the stretch. Thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think they're playing well, but I think this is another game that's ripe for an upset right here with McNeese State. I think the coach, Bill Armstrong, picked up right where Will Wade left off, and I think that they could potentially knock them out right here in this first round. They excel at creating turnovers, so they love to press. They're kind of like that West Virginia team that used to play in the Big 12 with Bob Huggins. These guys like to press nonstop, full court, and you see teams that do that in March have success. It also gives me a flashback to the Missouri Tigers back when they were with Kim Anderson. Is it Kim Anderson the coach, or what was the guy's name?
Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson. I can't even think of the Missouri coach who have had so damn many since that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it reminds me of a time like that. So this team can hang around as well, McNeese State. So I'm not trying to scare people, but they can. And they struggle on the defensive glass, though. So they rank bottom 30 in rebound rate. But McNeese doesn't shoot the three well either. So if they're going to upset somebody, they have to create turnovers and get those easy transition baskets. Anything else to add to that one?
I mean, yeah, this one probably a game I'm staying off of. I like the way Vandy's playing right now, which is hard for me to really fade them at this point. So, I mean, McNeese, again, like a team who really didn't play many teams outside of their conference, in the non-conference. Like the ones that are standing out to me at least show Santa Clara. They lost by 12. Played Michigan, lost by like 40. And then who's another team here? George Washington. They beat them. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a very good defensive McNeese team. Now, does that translate here to a pretty damn good Vanderbilt team? We'll see. But I mean, yeah, this one's tough. Like I could see this one coming out of the wire, like in terms of like from the spread standpoint. I don't know if Vandy necessarily runs away with it. Maybe McNeese's defense keeps them in it. They get some, attempts at the free throw line that kind of backdoor covers them. I would probably lean slightly to McNeese, but it's nothing super strong. I just respect the way Vandy's been playing. I was just really impressed the way they played against Florida in that semifinal of the SEC tournament, and I think they're going in with a lot of momentum here. So I like Vandy, but I think I'd just very slightly lean to McNeese. So it would be nothing strong. Like you said, my biggest concern is their defensive rebounding. If they're not getting a lot of boards there and Vandy just continues to get second chance points, I think it's going to be a long day for McNeese.
Yeah, and I think the only reason that Vandy could lose if they're not shooting well, because they have elite shooting guards, that hit over 36% on threes. So they have 4 guys that shoot over 36%. That's like me and you out there at the YMCA, just sniping people and upsetting people left and right. So let's see what they have. Last year, this is a big one too, what teams have did last year. So last year, they lost in the first round. So I don't think there's an upset this year as well.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you some of the data. But, yeah, I think Vanderbilt handles this one and moves on to the next round. Just like Turner said, Vandy, exclamation point.
Vandy lost to St. Mary's last year. It was a close game. I remember it. I had St. Mary's. I think it was 3.5, and I think they won by exactly 4. So nice win, or hopefully they'll get a nice win here to rebound from last year's first round exit in the NCAA tournament. We shall see.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. You're watching live. It's 11:09 Eastern Time. Miami, Ohio is winning 75-68. It's a close game.
Boom, another 3.
Basically a huge 3. Wow. 78-68. 3 minutes left.
I mean,
we're rolling right along here on the docket where we have Michigan State, North Dakota State. Again, thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Let us know who you're picking below as we talk. You know, it's important.
Yes, comment.
What you guys like.
Who you like, what you like, why you like it. No, just tell us what you like down low. And if you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe here, because we do this for fun. We don't ask for anything else. And we give out picks for fun and free. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep having fun. Let's keep crushing it. If you didn't follow us during Big 12 season, Big 12 Brothers on our page, 33-10, 6-0 in the Big 12 tournament. So we crushed it in the Big 12. We had a pretty good season overall in college basketball too. But we're hoping to move to the next page, and that's the NCAA tournament. Everything is pretty much 0-0 at this point. Nothing else really matters from regular season. We just have to keep moving.
So let's go on here. Michigan State, we have them as a 3 seed, and they're playing North Dakota State. The line is -16.5 with Michigan State. This game is being played in the great state of New York, in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I didn't really have too much here, to be honest. I mean, I don't really love this Michigan State team overall this year. I just never was a huge fan of them. I watched their games.
Turner, what do you think? Big Ten.
They were decent. Like, I think they were a good team. I don't think they were great. I don't know. I feel like their offense is what really turns me off about them. Like, I just think there could be a game that they just completely come out flat and don't look good. Like, they're 28th rated in offensive efficiency, but like if you look at their numbers, it's kind of gross. Like, the metrics are showing like a lot of numbers in the 100s here, like 2-point percentage, 108, effective field goal percentage, 78%, or sorry, 78 ranking. Not a great 3-point shooting team. They're decent. I guess that's one of their best strong suits compared to the 2-point shooting. But like if you look at their rebounding, that's like their strength. They're a great rebounding team, offensively, defensively, all around, very sound there. So yeah, I mean, I think Michigan State, they should win here. I mean, this is a North Dakota State team. I didn't watch too much of them this year. I'm kind of going off like what the numbers say. I watched a lot of college basketball, but I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of North Dakota State. But yeah, I just don't love this Michigan State team. Do they cover here? I probably would lean their way. I think they probably are just too much and grind it out and don't create a lot of opportunities for North Dakota State to get those second chances. So I say MSU rolls here. Nothing strong, though. I would lean toward an under, another under. I think another under here, and even first half under. If you like first half unders, I think this could be a good candidate for that kind of game. I think this game starts slow. Michigan State's defense comes out strong, but their offense maybe starts just a little bit slow, and we get to an under. So that would be probably my strongest look here, is a full game under and first half under in this matchup. Kenny?
Yeah, this North Dakota State team has not been tested. They only have a quad 2 record as the highest game they've played. No quad 1 games. They're 0-1 in that quad 2 game slate, and 282 according to KenPom and strength of the schedule. So they're untested, and they're playing some great competition here in the Big Ten with Michigan State. And they're also undersized, especially in the backcourt. They rank 339th in average height, with only 2 players taller than 6'7". Getting past number 3, Michigan State, in the first round will be a monumental challenge for these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I like you mentioned the strength there. I don't really love that for them. The size is definitely an issue. And Michigan State, yeah, I don't love their offense, but I think they should be able to do enough here to just kind of cruise and kind of name their numbers. 14.5 it opened at. It's now up to 16.5. So I kind of agree with the line movement. Over under at 143.5. So like I said, I lean to the under. I think we see a lower scoring game. I'd say maybe like around 140, 141 would be my number set.
And Michigan State's a top 40 offense and top 25 defense. So
Great.
that just shows you right there that they've hung around. And this game in Miami, Ohio.
Let's go, man. Good for Miami, Ohio. Good for Miami, Ohio.
Good for the mid-major. No respect. There's no respect for them, man.
I couldn't believe that everybody was saying they shouldn't be in the tournament. Okay, I don't care what conference you play in. If you win 30 games in a row and you lose your first game in a conference tournament, you absolutely deserve to be in it. I mean, give me a
conference
break.
Tournament at that point doesn't matter. These guys aren't playing to win 4 more games. What did they have to win that conference tournament for to get them in, right?
Hit it. Oh, you missed it. But no, for real, like it literally meant nothing for them. And I'm glad they lost, actually, because going into the tournament undefeated, that put so much pressure on you. It doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
No one, Miami, Ohio wasn't going to go undefeated overall. Like if they went to the Sweet 16 of the tournament, like I still would have felt bad about them because it was going to end eventually. But yeah, no, this is a good team. They totally deserve to be in this tournament.
Remember that year we were watching Michigan State play and they lost? Could they play Middle Tennessee State in St. Louis?
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, Middle Tennessee and Michigan State. Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, let's keep moving right along here.
Okay. We've been yapping a lot. Let's keep going. Yeah, I feel like these middle of the day games are kind of not as exciting. Like we get 2 pretty good early games, but then middle of the day, it's like nothing too crazy, nothing awesome.
All teams that should win.
Yeah. I think we should get some nicer games though toward the evening slate, which I don't have any official plays until we get to a certain game, but I'll hold off on that. There's another official play coming. Just wait. Arkansas, Hawaii. We saw Arkansas win the SEC. Just looked really good. Calipari, we know he has the experience in these tournaments. Hasn't been the greatest in these tournaments as of late. We saw him lose at Kentucky as a 3 seed or whatever year that was when they lost to St. Peter's. I think they were a 2 seed actually, and then they lost as a 3 when they played Oakland. So Kenny, they're a 4 seed here. They're playing Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii. I don't know if there's much to say about them outside of like their defense. I think their defense is really their strong suit, but. Any chance here that Hawaii keeps this game close at all? Thoughts?
I don't think so. I think Arkansas is peaking at the right time. This is one of those teams you want to kind of ride as far as they can go and stay hot. They kind of remind me of Wisconsin right now. They're just winning at the right time. They won their conference tournament. They have a guy that can get hot on the team, and they're just playing really well. They got John Calipari, the coach, who's been through March, and he's just setting records nonstop, getting more wins. So I feel like Arkansas is going to be overly matched for Hawaii. Hawaii only has one guy that has made over 43 pointers all year. So in March, you got to have a guy that can take over a game and get hot and shoot. And I don't think Hawaii has that in them. But it'll be a nice trip to the mainland for them to have some fun here for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the way Arkansas is playing, kind of hard to go against them. But how about this absolute stud for them? Hold on, I'm going to see if they score here. Okay, there's a foul. Good. I'm watching the end of this game as I talk. But how about
Game's over?
How about Acuff, man, from Arkansas? This guy's been like just incredible, and that's the kind of guy like you need a guy like this in the tournament if you want to win. Look at his last few games, Kenny. Listen to this. Against Vanderbilt, he put up 30, 24 against Ole Miss, 37 against OU, 28 against Texas. That's his last 4 games. Freshman. Guard out of Detroit, Michigan, 6'3", 190. Guy's incredible, and playing with fire. So yeah, I think they're just way too tough to kind of game plan here for. Again, I think maybe Hawaii keeps it close for like the first 15 minutes, but I think Arkansas just out rebounds them, just outclasses them, way more athletic than them. And when you have a guy like Acuff on your side, he's going to be hard to stop. So I like Arkansas here too. I didn't get there officially with it. I don't know if I will, but I would lean pretty strong to Arkansas. I think they end up rolling in this game.
All right, our next matchup, we have North Carolina, the 6th seed, which is also another trendy upset pick, playing against VCU, the 11 seed. This game starts in Greenville, South Carolina at 6:50 p.m. Eastern time. So it's that first game getting started for dinner in New York City. What do you think about this one right here? Do you think that VCU has a chance to upset North Carolina, even with them missing their guard? They've been playing without him now for the past month, but they haven't looked like they've missed a beat. But what do you think here in the 6-11 matchup?
Yeah, I mean, VCU's rolling right now. We talked about it the other night. Like outside of that game when they played St. Louis, that one bad half they had in St. Louis has blitzed them and went off. VCU's been great. That was their last loss, and they haven't lost like really any other game since January 7th and 10th. And that's in that stretch, they were like 15 of their last 16 they've won. So playing with a lot of momentum coming into this tournament. Last year, I know they were a very trendy pick against BYU, and BYU ended up winning that one. But I think this one's different, man. I think VCU's actually been playing really well, and I think they're going to give North Carolina issues. I think whenever you lose a big player like that from North Carolina, I know it's been a few weeks now, so it's been, they've been able to at least adjust to it. I still think there's just something missing with this North Carolina team, and I'm not the biggest Hubert Davis fan. I think he has some issues at times with X's and O's and in-game coaching, which gives me a little bit of concern. So yeah, I think VCU is a live dog. This is on my list as a potential pick for tomorrow. I haven't officially locked it in yet, but yeah, VCU would be my strong lean here. I think VCU has a very good chance of winning, but I think this is another down the wire close game, and if that's the case, give me the points. So VCU is it would be my pick.
I'm with you on this one. I agree 100%, and I think that this is a good spot right here for them to get that signature win against a deflated North Carolina team, who we talked about the other day is usually a 1 or 2 seed in this tournament, and the fact that they're a 6 seed leaves them sitting there a little more vulnerable.
Yeah, we'll see. But VCU is playing really well right now, so I like them. Let's see. Make sure if there's anything else.
I'm talking about VCU, man. You listening?
Yeah, I was looking to point something out really quick about that game. Did it hit another 3?
Yeah, or the dunk.
That's awesome, man. I should have done the money line, man.
Yeah, it's like plus, was it 250 money line?
Yeah, I should have done the money line. That's stupid. I would have got paid out early too.
I don't know why you're worried about freaking SMU. SMU blows.
No, I still take the plus 3.5, so we're good. Let's see if I'm missing.
But do you see my screenshots?
Did you take $50
on the money line?
There you go. Nice. Good stuff.
I got 300 now.
All right, let's move on to the next game. That is that the BYU game? I think it is.
Michigan.
Is that the next game in order?
Yeah, we don't really talk about Michigan though. They should win against
Michigan should win. There's really not much to say there. I think Michigan rolls. I'm not going to really waste my time on that one. But BYU Texas, let's talk about that one. That should be a pretty popular game. Should be a fun matchup. Texas coming off a nice win against NC State, and they have to go travel out to, I think this is out west, if I'm not mistaken.
Portland, Oregon.
There you go. Portland, Oregon, after playing on Monday. No, it was Tuesday. Tuesday in Dayton. Now they're out west on Thursday against BYU, who's nice and rested. I know Texas is a popular pick here, but I like BYU. I think the way they ended the season at least gave me confidence. Like, I was so out on BYU middle of the season, especially when they hit that rough stretch in the Big 12. But you have to look back at it and kind of take a step back and say, okay, those were all really good, legit teams. It wasn't like they were playing a bunch of bums in, the Pac-12 or something. They were just playing real team, real talent. And when you have a guy like DeBonsta on your side, I don't know who's going to guard him from Texas. I mean, Texas defense totally regressed. Like, we all talk about BYU and how bad their defense was. I know it was bad. It wasn't pretty, a lot of issues. But Texas was nowhere close to good either. And I think we saw that last night. If it wasn't for NC State being so bad, they'd probably be out of this game too and not even playing tomorrow. So I think BYU's to play. I want the best player on the court in this game, and that's DeBonsta. I think also BYU showed something at the end of the season. I love the way they played in that Big 12 tournament. They had some momentum and they gained it. And I think they even played really well against Houston, who's a top team in this country. So I like BYU tomorrow. I like them on the money line. I'll probably be playing this as an official bet. And I think they advance on to the second round.
I like BYU here in a blowout. So I like BYU taking the points. What are the points again, really quick? We talked about it straight up.
Well, it's 2.5. Money line's not too pricey. It's like minus 140.
Yeah, I'm taking BYU, maybe 2 units on that one. So that will be 140 plus 140 equals 280. And I just like them a lot because Texas has been so inconsistent. And anytime you lose to a team like Ole Miss in the last part of the season, that just shows you that you're not locked in, you're not focused right now. And 5 losses outside the top quad show their inconsistency. So I They struggle to force turnovers, being the bottom 20 in the turnover rate, and this is going to fare right well into the hands of BYU, AJ DeBonza, who, do you know who his favorite player is in the NBA?
No idea.
His favorite player is Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant went to Texas. So how much do you think AJ DeBonza wants to show out and show that he is that number one pick in the NBA with a big showing against Kevin Durant's former college basketball team? Give me BYU. Give me the Red Bull sponsor that AJ DeBonza is sponsored with, and let's fly high with the BYU Cougars.
Yeah, I like BYU. We said the reasons why, but you can say their biggest issue is probably their lack of depth, but I think it's okay here. I think they'll be okay. Robert Wright is also a big key player in this game. He was a transfer from Baylor, came over, and he's had a big year for them. He's been the kind of AJ's like second guy, that is able to score. But yeah, just don't care for this Texas team. They were trending down toward the end of the season. And look, they beat NC State yesterday, but NC State's garbage. Like what a disgusting team they were. I mean, just terrible all around.
Barely beat them too.
Barely beat them. They almost choked it. They probably should have lost.
Should have lost. It would have made the free throw.
If it wasn't for was it Mark? He put the guy, or was it who hit those shots for Texas last night? Whoever it was, I know.
Yeah, the lefty guy. Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, that game goes to NC State because Texas choked. So yeah, not impressed with what Texas did. They ended the season kind of sour. I like BYU to roll tomorrow. I think it's a popular Texas pick, and I'm happy with that. I'll take BYU all day.
And we're moving right along to our next game, which is St. Mary's minus 160 versus Texas A&M. Next game is being played in Oklahoma City, so a good travel opportunity for both of these schools. And it's just like the same kind of stale team that you see here. St. Mary's, number 7 seed, 8, 9 seed usually every year. Do you think St. Mary's has a chance to beat Texas A&M, who's been one of the more consistent teams in the SEC this year, Lexi? What do you think about this matchup right here?
Well, I'll say this. I mean, I feel like a lot of people will be on St. Mary's because of their name. And, I mean, yes, they're good. They've got Randy Bennett there, who's been a great coach at St. Mary's over the years. But I like Texas A&M here, man. I think we're getting some nice points, plus 3.5, played in a tough SEC all season long. And I know A&M didn't really end the season particularly strong, but I still like them enough in what they did. And I feel like it's enough here, too. St. Mary's is actually one of the worst rated teams in the country away from home. I saw something that they were like 300 something plus in the ranking numbers, that like the way they play on the road just completely different from how they played on home on the road. So I like A&M here. I think this one is also they're pretty similar in a lot of categories, especially on the offensive side. And I think a slight edge to St. Mary's on defense, but I think A&M's athletic here, kind of a closer to home type game for them. I like A&M plus the points. I think again comes down to the wire, and give me A&M plus the points in this situation. So most likely going to be an official bet for me.
A&M the points.
Yep, plus 3.5. I like that.
Do you think that they could win this game though? St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean they could. I mean it's going to come down. Like I said, it's going to come down. I don't think they blow them out. I think if anything, it's between 3 and 5 points at the max. But that's why I like Texas A&M, because I actually believe they can win this game outright.
Turner asked if they're healthy. From what I know, they're pretty healthy. The only guy they've lost was the guy from the beginning of the year. The injury of loss of the 6'9" transfer Mackenzie Mbako. Yeah, that was like earlier in the year, after the first 7 games. So
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, they should be fine because they've kind of played without him already. And the only thing for anyone that's out there watching that's capping this game, so St. Mary's does have a top 20 defense per KenPom. They do really well on the offensive side of the boards and on the defensive side of the boards.
Yeah, good rebounding team.
And they have 3 guys that have made over 50 3-pointers. And now look at your competition. You're looking at an SEC team versus a team that's playing out in the West Coast Conference, wherever conference we're playing in now. And congratulations to Miami, Ohio. That game is officially over.
Great win.
I think it's an upset, but I mean,
they won by 10 points against this weak ACC team. Again, Why did we have SMU in the tournament? They sucked down the stretch. They lost like 5 or 6 games. Never belonged in the tournament. All these people saying Miami, Ohio did not belong. Give me a freaking break.
What a bad draw for Miami, Ohio. Bad draw for Miami, Ohio. Yeah, all these idiots. Who said that? Bruce Pearl.
What a joke! What a bunch of losers!
Who said that? Bruce Pearl?
A bunch of people, bunch of college basketball talking heads.
Analysts.
Give me a break. Yeah, all these experts. Give me a freaking.
And like Alexi said the other day, I don't care who you are. The fact that you got 30 wins, and no matter what conference it is, that shows you that you're doing something right.
What a joke! I that makes me so happy though for Miami, Ohio, because everybody was doubting them.
Yep. Let's keep moving on here.
I'm glad I picked them plus 3.5, but I wish I would have taken the damn money line too. It's okay. We're good. Good win. Great win for
now.
Miami.
Can Rick Barnes get that win against them, or are they gonna blow that?
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, man, good for them. Great win. I'm happy for them.
Wow, who's the announcer girl here?
That's awesome though. What a win. As we watch this live. Okay, let's move on. We don't have too many games left.
Nope.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments if there's anything at all that you have questions about. If there's a particular game or just a particular bet, let us know. We'd be happy to go over it with you and answer that question. But next game up, Kenny, I know we just talked about A&M and St. Mary's. I had a nice lean to A&M. We moved to
Illinois and Penn. So one of your teams that you have to go all the way.
I like Illinois. I do. I think this is a very talented, very, very talented offense. It all comes down to if their defense can be, good enough in big games when they play one of these bigger opponents. And if Brad Underwood can get over the hump. I mean, that guy has had so many talented teams at Illinois, yet they can never get over that hump and get to where they want to. That's at least get to the Final Four. But I think this is the team that can do it this year, man. I just really like the playmakers all around. You've got Kenny Boswell. You've got Stojakovic, the brothers, the Serbian brothers. There's just so many guys around. And I didn't even mention the freshman, Wagler. This guy's like just a stud. As long as they can figure things out, I think they've been running a little bit too much around with Wagler. If they can get a little bit more of a consistent offense on that side of the ball, I think they're the best team in this bracket. I think they're better than Houston, and I think they could absolutely take Florida. So I like Illinois in this game particularly. I think this Penn guy, Penn's like best player, might be out tomorrow. I guess he's questionable at this time.
I don't think it matters if he's playing either.
But I don't exactly. If you hear that, don't take too much into that. I think he is worth a couple points because whatever.
Yeah, they might tack on 3 or 4 more points to Illinois, but I don't think it matters.
I think Illinois rolls here. Personally, I would take the spread. I know it's a big one. You're going to see a lot of big ones with these teams, but I think they win this game. If they come out firing, I think they win this game by 30 plus. So
wow, Turner thinks Houston will be Illinois. We'll talk about that here in a second, but let me give you a couple more facts here. Illinois has the nation's most efficient offense in college basketball. They have scorers at every position, and they also have the nation's tallest team in average height, and that's a metric that does pretty well when you're here in March, where you guys have guys coming off the bench that can put some stops on or match up against other guys defensively. So Illinois, this could be the year they break through, or this could be the year where they lose in the second round again, and typical Brad Underwood team just don't know what's going to show up. But I'm rooting for Alexi because he does have them in one of his pools. Houston's a good team, but I don't know if they can match up against this Illinois team. Houston relies a lot on their freshmen to make an impact, so I don't think.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I got to cut you off on this. Listen to this one.
Yeah,
this guy tweeted, listen to this exact words. If Miami, Ohio gets in the NCAA tournament, it will be most egregious decision ever made by the committee. They have absolutely zero business in the field. Zero.
All right. I don't know who. Yeah,
hold
loser.
your L, buddy. Hold your L, you loser. What a joke.
Yeah, I'll do a little video about that later, but yeah, just they earned their way to be in, and
wait till you see who wrote that one, Kenny.
Is it an analyst?
I'm gonna send it to you. Remember this guy? Look at who I just sent.
Jeff Nadeau. My gosh.
Yeah, loser. Anyway, yes, love it though. I love Illinois. I think they're coming out of my bracket on this side. I hate to say it because I don't trust Underwood, but I'm just gonna believe it this year. I think the talent's there, the offense is good. Kind of like that they lost the Big Ten tournament early in a way. And look, these teams know each other so much. Like when they lost to Wisconsin, they shouldn't have lost it. They choked it at the end and they were up big. But like these teams know each other so much, especially Kenny, you know that, all these conferences. That's why these tournaments are so tough to game plan for, because they all just know each other. There's there's really no advantages that these teams have when they play, especially in these conference tournaments. So, yeah, I like Illinois. I think they roll tomorrow too. I think it's a big number, but I would still play it and lay it.
I'm laying the 24.
What time is that game at?
That game is
I see 6:20.
6:20. What time though?
Oh, these are
West Coast time.
Okay, you have West Coast on there,
So it's 9:20.
So it's a later game. So 8:20 Central Time. Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the back half of the bracket, so we're the late
Time
night
slots.
slate, the late night time slots.
Yeah, I can't wait. Late night games tomorrow. The next game we got coming up, which is a great matchup, probably the best matchup that we're going to have in this first round. Number 8 seed Georgia versus number 9 seed St. Louis University. Talk a little bit about this one. This one will be played up in Buffalo starting at 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to be up. I'm going to have 18 Dr. Peppers by that point and totally wired, screaming in my room, waking the baby up in the other room. So I can't wait.
No, this will be a good game. I think this will be this feels like the game of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia and St. Louis. I mean, and we were talking about this game the other night, Kenny. You said maybe SLU was just kind of going through the motions and the A10, just kind of ready for the season to be over with. They knew they were good. We'll see. I mean, Georgia's pretty talented too. I mean, out of the SEC, I know you have some thoughts here, but I like SLU, man. I've liked them all year. I will say I am a little worried with how they ended the season. I think there's definitely some concerns, but I still think we're getting a better coach here. I'm not really the biggest fan of this Georgia guy. He was the former Florida coach. Mike White, the former Florida coach, now at Georgia. So, I mean, good for him for getting Georgia to the tournament, but I mean, nothing really strong here about Georgia. Besides their offense, I know their offense is highly rated, but so is SLU. SLU is very effective from the 2-point line. They usually are a really good 3-point shooting team too. Number 2 in the country at 3-point percentage. I think this comes down to who can get stops the most, and I trust SLU to do that more. So I like SLU. I think they get the job done. Robbie Avila will be super important in this game. He's a facilitator. He kind of makes the game go around him. I like SLU. I think that would be my official pick here. I haven't decided if I will make it official, but I'm very close. I'm this close to making SLU an official pick for tomorrow. I think they win.
Yeah, this game's going to be awesome. It's going to be high-flying offense. This is the highest total of the day. If you haven't looked yet, it's 170 on the total over-under. So Georgia has a guy that can hang around with Robbie Avila, though. They got a 6'11 center, Samto Cirilli, 9.6 point per game, 5.6 rebounds per game, and he's on the all-SEC defensive team thanks to his shot blocking ability. So they have a guy that can match up with what St. Louis University likes to do. SLU, however, and their head coach, he has not won a postseason game. So I always like that extra motivation factor there. And being from St. Louis, I root for St. Louis. And this might be one of those only bets that I make that's just for my heart, because a lot of the bets that I like to make are for business purposes, tax write-offs, Dr. Pepper collection in cans. So this has got to be a game where St. Louis University shows up. Like I said, they looked ugly here in this last month. They're one of the best second half teams in the country. They have 5 guys that can score in double figures. Yada, yada, yada. I sound like a chihuahua talking. But at the end of the day, SLU needs to get this win. They re-signed their coach to come back, which is huge for the program. This game will be a little late night game here on the West Coast. They're on the East Coast. They're playing in Buffalo at 9:45 on CBS. So can't wait. Louis Shishko will be going nuts in his parents' basement, throwing pizza around after that win. So let's see.
Yeah, I like SLU. And look, Georgia's one of the worst 3-point shoot. I can't get it right. Worst defensive rebounding team in the country. 337 in this category. I do not like them at all in that area. I do think this is down to the wire close. I like SLU. I think SLU comes out on fire. This was a good team all year, man. And I'm trying not to go away from them. I'm trying to be smart too, but I do think SLU is the play here. So I think a SLU money line is what I'm liking here.
Dollar pitchers at Humphreys after SLU's winning. Let's go. I'm coming back to St. Louis for that. I'll pick you up. He said, "Damn right."
That's awesome.
He knows I'm just giving him shit.
Oh, of course. You can't do anything like this unless you're giving somebody shit. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, people that are on here, when we clap back at them, if we don't clap back at you, man, we don't really know you too well.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
if you
let's
don't clap
move
back
on.
at us, then you shouldn't even be our friend because you have to give it back to us.
Oh yeah. All right, let's move on to
Quick story, real quick though. I remember one time I was doing like phone interviews or something, and I think Louis called out of nowhere. I haven't heard from him in like 5 years, and he called acting like some guy from like the South, like from. I was like, it was so random, but it was amazing. So always love to see when Louis' name shows up here on the screen. So thank you for joining. Thanks for coming in.
Ooh, question of the day. Question of the night. What is Kenny's betting lock of the day tomorrow? Yeah, I asked you. What is it? What's your like one?
We asked to do that now. We're gonna do that right now. Take a little break.
I mean, we can or we can wait. It's up to you. Just think about it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, nothing too crazy for me there. I don't want to touch this game. There's so many games tomorrow. I like better games than this, but I would lean Gonzaga. I think they'd probably roll. Kennesaw, another team who really didn't play many teams. Really not a big fan of this Gonzaga team, honestly. I think they have their issues. Definitely not the most talented team that this coach has ever had, Mark Few. But I think Gonzaga probably rolls here. Kennesaw State, nothing really impressive for me. I'm looking at their non-conference schedule. They did play Alabama, lost to them by only 9, which is surprising. And then South Florida, they lost to them by 20. So a couple of non-conference notables that we can point out there. But I think Gonzaga is just too much in the end. I think they drag him down. And Kennesaw fouls a lot. One of the lowest or highest rated teams in the country at fouling teams. So it's a little bit worrisome. I think I'd lean to Gonzaga, but nothing strong. I probably maybe first half. If you like Gonzaga first half, not full game, I think that could be a good look. Maybe they get out to a nice fast start.
So I have 2 picks I really like tomorrow that I'm probably going to take with spreads. That's going to be laying the points with Nebraska. Minus 13 is what I saw here recently. It may have changed and gone lower. So that's one I might lay against Troy. And there's another one right here that I've been talking about, the next game of the day, the last one of the day, which is Idaho and Houston. And I might take plus 23.5 with Idaho over Houston.
Okay. Why is that? You got to give us a little bit why. Why do you
talk
like
a little
Idaho?
about the matchup, and I'll give you some more here because I'm not prepared yet to talk about it. But go with your locks for the day. Then I'll give you my Idaho lock.
So I've already locked in TCU plus 2.5. I already locked in South Florida plus
I'm not
5.
drunk, by the way, taking Idaho. Just want to let you know.
Well, it sounds like you're drunk if you're taking them. You have no reasons why. South Florida plus 5, TCU plus 2.5. Those are the 4 ones I officially locked in. I most likely will lock in BYU money line, A&M plus 3.5, and then SLU money line. I might grab the points with SLU just in case, but I like SLU to win, so who cares? But yeah, off the bat right now, I like TCU spread, South Florida spread, maybe Wisconsin. We'll see. I'm still looking in that game a little bit. Maybe Wisconsin, and then I like potentially VCU. Really like BYU, and then Texas A&M plus the points against St. Mary's. Those are just a couple of mine. Now, of course, tomorrow when games actually start, I will be posting these on my page. So if you don't follow us or me on X/Twitter, that's where any official pick will be posted, of course, before games are slated to start. So make sure that if you want to know exactly what I'm betting on, you follow me there. That's where I'll post everything, of course, before the game start.
We're going to be on tomorrow around this time too, right? Towards the end of the night.
Or late at night, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be on here to talk about Friday's games.
Well, Louis, those are my 2 ones I like. I like Nebraska laying the points. Then I like, who did I say? Idaho plus the points. So
Perfect.
Those are my 2 picks right there that I really like. And the reason why, I guess, was the question of why I'm taking Idaho. I have a little write-up here that
I can tell you a little bit more about it too if you want.
Yeah. Let me start real quick, then I'll let you finish and seal the deal with the closer. So they have 6 players, 90 plus 3-point attempts. They're led by senior Isaiah Brickner, who averages 12.1 points per game for Idaho. Let's see. Brickner also gave 23-point double-double in the conference title game. So this guy's been getting hot recently. He shoots 42% from the perimeter as the Vandals convert 34.5% from deep. So they shoot the 3, but they're only ranked 148th as well. 6'7" freshman Jackson Rasmussen, 13.9 points per game, leads 3 others in double figures. And defensively, Idaho pounds the glass, ranking 5th nationally in defensive rebounding rate. but the Vandals haven't been tested much. That's the only problem. I mean, who even knew there's a school in Idaho called the Vandals? Not me. Quad 1, they're 0-3 against them. And, they haven't even played a Quad 1 game, and they're 0-3 in Quad 2. So my thing here is Houston's going to be looking to make it to the next round. They're going to try to go without getting injured, and they have two guys that are leading their team in scoring, which is freshman Kingston Flemings. And in this time of the year in the tournament, freshmen like that, they're gonna get shut down and possibly get scared. And I'm just banking on that, And you're kind of, what do you give me that that Uzo face for? No,
I don't know. I think you're a little drunk right now, dude. You sound a little drunk. You sure about this? I mean, I'm just saying, Houston beats up on bad teams. They create turnovers. They take really good care of the ball. I mean, I don't. What do you know that I don't know? Idaho.
I don't know. I know somebody that works in the dorm there.
I mean, for what it's worth. Like I said, Houston has done really well against these bad teams, usually in the NCAA tournament. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. You shouldn't take that game because I won't touch this game. I personally see a lot of people putting Houston in their Final Four, and I mean for good reason. They're a good team. Calvin Sampson's a great coach, but I just don't see it this year. I watched a lot of Big 12 basketball, and I'm trying
Houston went to the national championship game last year.
I try to be a realist, and I just don't see it this year with them, man. I just feel like they're lacking something, and especially when they play a really good team, their offense just goes in such waves of inconsistencies, and that's what really worries me about them. Like, look at some of these games they played in the Big 12 this year. They played Kansas. They went in such a drought against them. Iowa State completely choked that game away from them. Didn't score for like 5 minutes. Kenny, you and I took Arizona, and that was like a 6 point. I think they were a 6.5 point favorite at home, and they couldn't score for like 10 minutes in that game. So it's like, yeah, I just have my concerns about this Houston team. In this game, I don't think there's going to be too many issues, but like you said, it's a lot of points. I mean, in a first round game, if there's a team you like to fade in that category, this could be the one to do it. But I'm personally going to stay away from this one, I think.
So it's interesting to look at here on Houston's schedule as well. They haven't lost against anybody that's been in outside the top 20. So all their losses are legit. Louis said I'm betting my parents' house on Idaho 23.5. That's funny.
Yeah. Another look, if you really like Idaho to cover, but you don't feel comfortable actually plus 23.5, you could always bet their team total under. I think Houston's defense does really well at limiting team scoring, which is what gives me the concern on the spread. So that's another way you could look at it, is their team total under for Idaho, because another thing with Houston is they play very slow. Now we'll see if they do in this game, just because they're playing such a bad team. They might be scoring a lot quicker and more in transition. But from a tempo standpoint, Houston ranks 352nd in the country in tempo. And Idaho is not like super far behind them. 67 possessions a game, ranking about 179. Yeah, I don't hate the team total under for Idaho either. I'm sure it's pretty low. I can imagine it's probably in the 50s. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, I don't hate the look for the 24.5. If you like it, go with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with it just because, like I said, slow tempo there, and they're trying to get out of that first round win with a win and no injuries. So I'm taking it. That's one of my locks of the day. I hate to say locks of the day, but it's one of our more confident picks of the day.
You just say your most confident, best bet. Your best bet.
And if you are maybe just trying to get some money quick and you need to pay your tab at the bar, the first half spread is 13.5 with Idaho. So 13.5 in the first half right there. So that's another one that's interesting. Is that it?
Those are all the games, man. Those are all the games. We broke them.
Now wait, we're not done yet. Now this is the bonus bets right here.
Okay.
So let me tell you some of these. So this is some fun promotions that DraftKings does. Not promotion. This is actual under their futures bets where you can go to advance further. Now I'm going to give you two teams and you tell me who's going to advance further.
Okay. Give it to me.
The team we're talking about, which is Houston versus Arizona. So you can pick either Arizona to advance further or Houston.
Arizona all day.
Arizona is minus 150. So you take Arizona, you got to lay 150 to win 100. Houston's plus 235. So that just shows you right there the books aren't too confident with them moving further in the tournament, especially with Arizona as their competition.
Yeah, I like it. Give me Arizona. I know it's a
All right,
kind of a steeper price, but yeah, give
let's
me
keep moving here. I'm going to keep reading them. You keep firing in.
okay.
Arkansas versus Kansas. So these teams aren't playing, but who's going to advance further? Arkansas plus 130, Kansas plus 280.
I would say Arkansas. No, I think Kansas probably has the tougher second round matchup. Let's see.
Or I didn't give you this option. They can draw and get out eliminated at the same time, same round, plus 165.
I mean, sure. I would say Kansas wins. I'd say Arkansas wins, and then let's see. Kansas plays St. John's. Arkansas plays. Who would Arkansas play?
I don't know
Tech.
my bracket.
I think it's Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll say Arkansas. I feel like Kansas is a little bit more vulnerable, so I'll say Arkansas would be my pick. What's the odds for
Right.
it? Who's the favorite?
Just said it, man. Arkansas plus 130, Kansas
Wow.
plus 280, or both get eliminated at the same time, plus 165.
Okay, that's actually that's a cool one. Okay, see that one I'd rather do with the plus money there.
Yep.
Okay. What else?
Next one we have team to advance further, Duke or Arizona. Duke minus 110, Arizona plus 140.
Arizona. That's my team. That's been my team all year, so I like Arizona.
So you can get plus money on that one. That's a pretty good one. Next one, Duke or Michigan. Duke minus 105, Michigan plus 125 to advance further. Who you got?
I think Duke has the toughest path to get. So give me Michigan. I think Michigan would have the.
So you got Michigan plus money.
Yeah.
We got another one here, Houston and Iowa State. So Iowa State's plus 135, Houston plus 140. Who advances further?
Iowa State. Easy. I like Iowa State a lot.
Here we go. Here's a good one. Iowa versus Missouri. Who advances further? It's basically who's going to win the first game.
What are the odds?
Both get eliminated. 120 is the best odds. Iowa plus 150 to advance, or Missouri plus 350 to advance.
Yeah, give me Mizzou. Those are good odds. Yeah.
Okay. So
based off that,
Iowa play? Iowa plays against Clemson. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they could lose first game. Mizzou at home, basically playing Miami. I like those odds. Give me Mizzou.
All right. So you're hoping Iowa loses.
Yep.
Or it could be a draw where both of them win the first round game and then both of them get eliminated the second round. Interesting games we got on here. So Kentucky, North Carolina. We got a draw of plus 145. We have North Carolina advancing further than Kentucky plus 195 or Kentucky plus 205.
You just said Kentucky twice.
North Carolina plus 195, Kentucky plus 205.
So they like North Carolina more, it sounds like, odds-wise.
Yeah, but $10 more?
I'd say Kentucky. I think I trust Kentucky more over
any plus money you can get is plus money, man.
Yeah, give me Kentucky. I think
they like to draw the best. I think they're both getting eliminated at the same time, actually, at plus 145. So,
okay.
Michigan State and Virginia. This is an interesting one. Michigan State plus 120, Virginia plus 210.
I like Virginia. Give me Virginia. Yep.
And we got, I think they added more teams on here since I logged in earlier. Vanderbilt and Texas Tech. Vanderbilt plus 130, Texas Tech plus 215.
Ooh. I do worry about Texas Tech just because of their injuries. I'll say Vandy. Give me Vandy.
And then we got the last one, Purdue versus Illinois. Who gets further? Purdue plus 120, Illinois plus 155.
I like Illinois. Give me Illinois.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's all we have for tonight's show. Anything else you want to add? Any last minute things for the first slate of games on Thursday, March 19th? It's like Christmas Eve for all the sports degenerates out there.
Get a good night's sleep because no one's sleeping tomorrow. We got games all day. I am off work early, so that's a positive. I will not be at work all day, and I would not be at work all day. And I'm off on Friday, so that's a positive.
Now, is this PTO you're using? Or are you using sick leave, FMLA? What are you doing here?
No one will ever know. That's the answer. It's been penciled in for months, so this is obviously requested way in advance. But yeah, I just can't wait for tomorrow. Tons of games. We have great one kicking.
Your brother's fourth wedding, right?
Exactly. TCU, Ohio State, early in the morning. They said there was. I said there was a big party I had to go to. It's called TCU versus Ohio State, and I'm going to watch it. So told him I had to be out of the office for a little bit. But yeah, it should be an awesome game. That should be a great opening kickoff or tip off to March Madness. And then, of course, we get South Florida, Louisville, which should be another popular type game starting, I think, at 11:40 Central or around 12. It's like the third game of the day. So they all kind of go in order, which is perfect, though, because, like, one of them's, like, ending while another one starts. Like,
I love it.
It's just, like, perfect. Like, they could
amazing.
be better. They need to keep it the way it is. And one last shout out to Miami, Ohio. They absolutely deserve to be in the tournament. So congratulations to them and their program and their fans, because a lot of people doubted you. I did not. Kenny, I know you did not. I know a lot of other people did not doubt you either. So congratulations to Miami, Ohio on picking up a big win tonight. They advanced to play Tennessee, and they're in the big dance, officially in the big dance. They had to do a play-in game, but they got there. They did it. So congratulations. But yeah, looking forward to Monday tomorrow.
Quick question on that team. So now that they've advanced, Miami, Ohio, do they have a chance to beat Tennessee and Rick Barnes?
I mean, Tennessee is going to be really big. They're going to be a lot, like, the size there will be tough. Like, the defense will be tough against them. But I mean, who knows, man? Play with your hair on fire, nothing to lose. Miami, Ohio, everyone's doubting you. We'll see. I wonder what the spread is. Let's see. The spread's got to be out already. Let me check that really quick. It'll be on Friday.
Yep.
Okay, Kenny, can you guess? It's already out. Tell me the spread. Tennessee, Miami, Ohio on Friday at 3:25.
Hold on. I'm gonna say Tennessee -1.5.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're usually good at these. You're good at these predictions. Well, you're way off.
Okay, hold on.
You're way off. That's all I'll say.
Tennessee -4.5.
10.5.
What?
Yep. Tennessee -10.5.
I thought it'd be a little bit closer than that. I mean, okay.
10.5 current number. So again, no real respect there for Tennessee, for Miami, Ohio, and maybe that's the game they just kind of get blown away. But it's a big number.
Yep.
Big number.
And Rick Barnes doesn't fare too well in March Madness. He's one of those choke artist coaches like Lance Painter at Purdue. And we're going to talk about that bracket size tomorrow. So we'll talk about Friday's game.
Oh,
yeah, we'll talk about Friday's game tomorrow night. So come back with us tomorrow night. Hopefully you're not too drunk to watch the show. Go Idaho, like Turner said, and get those French fries ready. I'm going to be having French fries here for dinner tomorrow night, stacked up in my room. So I'm hoping it works.
Yep. All right, guys. Great stuff. All leans, all games were talked about. And of course, if you have any questions or anything you want to know more about, shoot me a tweet, DM me, whatever. Always like to interact with people on here. Bama games, not till Friday, Turner. We'll talk about Bama tomorrow night. Don't worry.
Yep.
We didn't talk about any Friday games yet. So we'll do Friday games tomorrow night when we dive a little bit deeper into the Friday slate. Tonight was just for Thursday night. So
yeah, Friday games, they start early. Kentucky, Santa Clara, and St. Louis, Texas Tech, Akron, Arizona, Long Island University, Virginia, White State. We'll get through all those lists tomorrow. So thanks, everyone, for joining. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you follow Alexi on Big
Deep
12
Pockets.
Brothers and Deep Pockets. That's where he puts all of his official bets. So just in case there's a last-minute injury or just in case we may have seen something move differently in the line and we're kind of watching stuff, don't always go with what our picks are from tonight. We like to read and research and add more fuel into the belly to make sure we got the correct pick and really the correct line. So, like I said, don't throw everything on one pick. Be smart about some of this stuff and just play and have some fun. And hopefully you get a lot of profit and win a lot of money. And come visit me up in New York City and go on a rat tour. So this episode has been sponsored by New York City Rat Tours, where you can walk around the city, learn about urban ecology, and see some rats. And make sure that you don't get food poisoning while you're eating or dining at your local restaurant establishment here in New York City. So thanks, everyone, for a great night. Lexi, any final thoughts?
No, man. Good stuff. Great show. I'm excited for the rest of the games to happen tomorrow. So thank everybody for watching. Like Kenny said, like, subscribe to our channel. We will do another live here tomorrow. And then, of course, on Twitter, we'll be posting our picks. We'll post them before game time. But yeah, I like to look at a few things and just to make sure everything's kind of ready to go. We're not missing any last minute details. That's always something we want to point out before. So thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy the madness. Kenny, hopefully you're not sick. Watch yourself. Don't choke on your popcorn.
I'm getting real sick, man. I don't know if I'm going to make it to work tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Let's cash some tickets and, of course, make some deep pockets.
And one final thought.
I just ended it. Hurry up.
2 versus 15. Missouri lost to Norfolk State that year. So don't tell me that Idaho can't come in with their potatoes and fry bag the shit out of Houston. So put the fries in the bag, Houston.
Put the fries in the bag. And on that, we are out. Big 12 brothers out.